Hello, guys, and welcome back to the Liv Strong podcast. We're going for a bit of a different vibe today, but that's fine. We're trying to get like a clean backdrop. So random that last week on the YouTube channel, someone was like commented like, "Love this podcast, but the background, there's too much background, and you're in the background. You should be like closer to the camera or something." And I was like, it was just like a random account on YouTube. I was like, wow, that's random, but thank you for the feedback, sir. Thank you. Anyway, I've got distracted and I've completely missed the intro. So let's just pretend like I didn't say all that stuff and go again. Hi, guys, and welcome back to the Liv Strong podcast. If you're new here, my name's Olivia. I'm the founder and head coach of Liv Strong, which is a group and personal training gym in Newcastle, New South Wales. Now, this podcast is all about living your best, healthiest, slayest life, but with a little bit of chaos from my own. There we go. We've done it now. Big slay. But yeah, so funny that someone random commented on it, but that's fine. Maybe it wasn't someone random, but I didn't know what the name on the account was, but I did think it was funny. I hope you guys are having a great week. This week, I'm having a good week. I know last week I was a bit frazzled with you all, but this week, way less frazzled. We've had lots of things happening at Liv Strong, and today we're going to be talking about a little recap from the Liv Strong Games that we had on Saturday. I thought it'd be good just to do a little quick chit chat. You know, we're not going to rave on forever today, guys, but a little chit chat on like what happened and you know, why I did it, behind the scenes and stuff like that. Because I think that's always interesting to be involved in the journey, don't you think? I think that's why a lot of you guys come and listen to this podcast, is to, you know, find out a little bit more about the gym and stuff like that. But yeah, I guess let's start with the highs and lows. My high is the Liv Strong Games. So I'm not going to talk much about it now, but that was like a big slay for the day. My low is that it's raining today. It was meant to go for a run with my friends and they actually went in the rain and I was like, I'm not going in the rain today, guys. Sorry, but I'm going to catch up my run anyway this week. But that's not a slay because I wanted to do washing today and it's literally like pouring. So we've had such beautiful weather in Newcastle. So this is just like not vibing my life at all. Anyway, my recommendation though, I was thinking about this one for once. I know, literally what a surprise because I never think about these at all. But I've been using for like probably a year now, the Emco Beauty, which is a dupe, I know guys, but like I don't know what it dupes, but it dupes something. The lip mask, and it's like really thick. The one I have is like watermelon or something flavored. It's quite sweet. Like Nathan doesn't like it. Like if I kiss him or something with it on because he's like, it's really sweet. But I quite like it. I put it on before bed every night and I wake up in the morning and my lips are like still like all covered in it. Like they're like it's still on there because it's so thick. So like when I have a shower, I rub it, like wash it off in the morning. But it makes your lips feel so nice and so like conditioned. So if you've never used like a lip mask before, recommend it. They come in like a little pot like thing. And yeah, just like rub it on, like, because I always go to bed with like something in my lips, like either like paw or something like that. But I've been a huge fan of this. So yeah, that's my little recommendation for this week. Emco Beauty lip mask, watermelon. All the other flavors are probably good. I don't really know. Anyway, Liv Strong Games. What a slay of a weekend, guys. So it was on Saturday, so only a few days ago, and I know it's raining today, but like Saturday morning was so beautiful. One of my biggest concerns going into the games was that it was going to rain because over the whole 6-week training plan, it had rained like nearly every Saturday. And I remember this because we would run Saturday boot camp, which was, I guess, evolving simulation of the games every week. And the poor guys had to run in the rain like pretty much every week. And I was like, if it rains on the day, we will be prepared because you have all run in the rain like every week. But it would have been a lot harder to run in the rain with like everyone standing in the rain and volunteers. It's okay working out in the rain, like that's fine, but yeah, the rest of it, like it just wouldn't have ran as well if it was raining. But it was such a beautiful day. Everything ran to plan, which I'm going to tell you about. But yeah, such a sleigh. So I initially came up with this concept literally last year sometime, like really long time ago. And I initially thought of this was because for the gym in the past, lots of times in the past, I think like probably 6 times, we've ran like an Olympic competition where we would put clients into teams and they would come in and we'd do like a competition morning and they would like race in different events in their team. And it's always been so fun and everyone's always really loved that day and it's really good community building day and stuff like that. But what I had found over time, I guess as people had done it more and stuff like that, and everyone obviously is at different levels. In our gym, we are a very inclusive gym. We have all ages, all genders, all different fitness levels, all injuries. Everything is at Liv Strong, which I love. But what I would find is that at these Olympic Games, we'd have some people coming in super competitive, which is so fun and so great. And, maybe they are someone who does, cardio twice a week and whatnot. And then we'd have people who'd be coming in who would potentially be carrying an injury and maybe haven't been training as much because of the injury and, whatnot, and are making adjustments in their training at the moment. And it was fine because I catered the events to all. Like, anyone could do it, no matter your fitness level, strength level, and I catered to injuries as well. Like, we made swaps for those with injuries in the Olympic days. But I found that when those groups were put together, sometimes it was hard to manage people's expectations of themselves and their team, because everyone was coming in with different thoughts. Like the people who were injured, they were like, I'm here for a good time, blah, blah, blah. But then they'd see some of their team like absolutely slaying, and then they would feel bad that they weren't able to do what they could do. And then we had the people who were like, had been essentially somewhat training in a similar sense for that. And then they were like, yeah, let's win. And then maybe they've got people who were just there for a bit of fun, which all was welcome and all was fine, but it was causing the day to eventually potentially not be as fun as maybe we had hoped. Or not really, like it was always so fun, but I could just see that like not everyone was like super stoked every time because of that, if that sort of makes sense. Not that it was ever bad, because I think everyone listening to this would be like, oh, I never even felt like that. But in just different senses, I could pick it up. And the other thing was that people would come and try their absolute hardest. Like they would give 110%, because whenever there's a team event, people are like, I will do it for the team. But the amount of people we literally had like vomiting in the garden and like feeling like they're going to pass out was insane. And even though, again, like we're always on top of it and managing these things, and our clients are always safe when I'm saying this, but they would feel like shit because they would just like kill themselves. And they'd feel like shit, and they'd be like, oh, I haven't trained like this in ages, because they just weren't training for it. It was more like a fun event. But then when people got there, they tried so hard that they would literally wreck themselves. Like they'd just be fucked. So when all of these things were happening, and like I said, the Olympics were such a fun time. People looked forward to it. People would be asking like, oh, when are we doing the next Olympics and stuff like this, because we've done so many. I then was like, well, what if we ran a day but people could train for it? Like we made an actual gym competition. And that was sort of like the initial thought. At the same time, last year, me and Phoebe had the idea of competing in High Rocks, but we didn't do it last year. And I think it was because maybe the tickets had already come out when we sort of thought about it and it sold out, and we're like, oh, and I think she was away or something, and then like, it just sort of like, we weren't as committed because like a few things weren't lining up. So it was more like all talk. But at that point, we then decided, oh no, we're going to train, we want to do it next year. So we'd already like locked in for this year. So over the time of training for High Rocks or not training for it, but like getting more involved in it in the past 12 months in the sense of like learning the rules and how it all works and stuff like that, I then sort of brought the idea that, well, the event that we run in the gym could be very similar to a High Rocks, because a High Rock essentially is a workout for quote unquote normal people. Like there's, the way I sort of describe it is that like in a CrossFit competition, you need to have a certain amount of skill to be able to complete the exercises and to complete the competition. Or, you know, if you're going to do like I don't know, I literally can't think of any other sports right now, but like, are there any other sports in the world? But, you know, if you were going to do any other competition, right, you would need to have some form of skill to do it. But for High Rocks, you really don't need any skill to just do it. Yeah, I know there's pros that are really good at it and stuff like that. But like in terms of the exercises, we actually do those at the gym already. Like wall balls and the ergs and stuff like that. We didn't need to develop any extra skill to do that. So that's why High Rocks is so popular, because it's an everyone sport. It's welcoming for everybody. So that was when, guys, I sort of merged the idea that, well, what if we ran our own mini High Rocks for our clients in the gym? And that was sort of where the idea came from. It was like the Olympics, but with more commitment. And yeah, then therefore the Liv Strong Games were essentially born after like a lot more thought than that behind it. Also, like in the future, I would love for our gym to do a High Rocks, like to take clients down to compete in like a, you know, and we all compete together, like, and train together and stuff like that. But because, like I said, again, our gym is like we're just like normal people from like real life, if that makes sense. Like I think, like we're not a gym that have a lot of ex-athletes or, you know, stuff like this. We're just the normal gym goer, the normal gal, literally like me. We're just real people training hard, lifting heavy shit, smashing ourselves in the gym and like falling in love with it. So for those guys, a lot of them are like, hell no, I ain't doing any fitness competition in Sydney. You are joking me. But I wanted to prove to them that they could actually do it because they're all weapons. So by having this in gym competition, I was like, oh, well, amazing. We could, you know, do that this year, you know, get everyone hyped. Me and Phoebe are going to do High Rocks, and then potentially in the future, we'll all do High Rocks. Like that's maybe something we'll do in another time. I'm always thinking ahead. But that is sort of where the idea came from as a moral of the story. And then we wanted everyone to train for it. So we launched a 6-week training program assigned to this. Now, again, we are super inclusive. So we gave people the option just to sign up to the training program, like, and sort of commit to the training program or commit to the games. People could pick their own partners, or we could put them in partners. And I told everyone from the beginning that the teams that I was going to create, because I know every single person in the gym inside and out. So I can very, very confidently put them with people who are at their same level. And I did tell people that I was going to put them with people who I think would be a quality fit for them, because again, for fairness of the competition for each person, like I couldn't put someone who was like super, super fit with someone who is just starting their fitness journey. Because one of the most amazing things of the Liv Strong Games that we had so many girls commit to it who were scared of doing cardio. They were so scared of coming to cardio days. And like the amount of girls that did it who have just been like killing cardio the past 6 weeks was amazing. So I wanted to put people with people that they were going to feel confident with, comfortable with, and they felt like that they could achieve together, because everyone had different goals. Yes, some people went in with the goal to smash it and kill it. And, you know, if they really had that intention, I would have encouraged them to do a solo or a pair with someone like with that mindset. But a lot of the girls just wanted to complete it. They wanted to have fun and they wanted to make themselves proud and like have that like tick of approval. So I put everyone in teams. We did a 6-week training program, and yeah, we were like slaying the training. Like I said, the guys did like a little simulation every week on a Saturday. So it meant that we're sort of like building ourselves up to do the full kick and caboodle at the end. And everyone was in teams potentially with people they didn't know. So people were meeting new people and whatnot. So the whole training program was really good to get everyone like a little bit more focused on their fitness, still performing sessions a week, but making the focus to incorporate cardio training, because I think because our gym is so strength focused, a lot of people love their strength training and don't prioritize their cardio fitness, which is fine. But then if you don't do it at all, then it becomes scary and it becomes something you don't want to do. And then we get stuck in this loop. So it was really good to like overcome that fear for a lot of people. Now, that's sort of how the training went and all that sort of stuff, which was good. Big slay, big win-win. But there was a lot of back-end involvement, like in preparation, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. It was a lot more preparation than I initially had anticipated. Only because like the more that I thought about it and the more serious everyone got about it, I was like, okay, we've got to make sure this event runs well and it is run fairly and safely and all these things so that everyone gets what they want out of it. So that meant that, we had to make sure that the actual venue, being the gym, could like function well, like everyone could get to the exercises efficiently. People were having different starting times because there's only so much equipment, so everyone couldn't do it at the same time. We had to like space it out over the morning. We had about 20 volunteers who came and helped ref for the day, which was absolutely beautiful and amazing. And then, organising, just having all the equipment. So we had to buy some new equipment, organising prizes, medals. We had a DJ there. We had a content creator there getting a few happy snaps, which was so nice. We had a coffee van there. And I'm not even joking, guys. The day ran so well, so well. We sort of thought about everything so that it could be smooth. I don't really think there was any issues. And every single person, no word of a lie, absolutely slayed. Like, I was so proud. Like, there's a few times a year where, like, again, complete transparency with you all, being a business owner can be bloody shit sometimes. It's a very stressful career path I've taken on here, team. But so sometimes you can be sort of stuck in a rut where you just feel like, like you're drowning in the, gym owner world, essentially, especially being like a little fish, when there's so many big gyms around us and so many, there's a lot of competition, within our area and stuff, which is all well and good and whatnot. But, sometimes it can be hard, it can be shit. But there's a few times every year where I literally get like, my body feels like it's glowing and sparkling because I'm like, wow, I can't believe how amazing all of these clients are. Like, that was my feeling on Saturday. The amount of people who dedicated themselves to the 6 weeks, who did not think that they could do what they did, maybe it was like even just being in a team event, so out of their comfort zone, and everyone slayed it, like absolutely crushed it. There was people helping people like do their runs, like they were doing extra runs so that they could run with their teammate to help them get through, and, cheering people on, everyone just supporting everyone hanging around as well. People could have left, people were done, hour and a half or something before the event finished, but people actually just hanging around and supporting other people to finish and stuff like that was just absolutely amazing. And I guess it makes me so lucky that we have a gym community like that. And I think that's why we don't attract people who don't fit into our community, because if you're not a nice person and, you don't have good intentions, you just don't fit in, because every single person in our gym, they don't want to be friends with everyone, because you don't have to be friends with everyone at the gym, but they want to have that positive interaction with everyone. They're all supportive. They all want to say hi to you. Even at bloody 5 a.m. in the morning, everyone's just, even if you don't know them, you don't know anything about him, but don't know your name. Everyone is inclusive. And yeah, I think it's just an amazing gym community we have, and it really showed on Saturday. So it made me so bloody proud. Like, I could not have been prouder of our community and everyone's hard work and everyone's dedication throughout the 6 weeks. Because yeah, it was one of those moments where I'm like, shit, I love my job. Like, this is a bloody crazy life that I live, that my job is a positive thing in people's life. Like, I get to cause positivity in people's life, which is so cool, because they cause a lot of, not cause us, they give me a lot of positivity in my life. So like, it's a crazy world we live in. But yeah, that was our games. We had a few winners. There was a winner in every category, which was amazing. We had Christine Swadling win the singles, and she absolutely slayed. She's been training so hard over the 6 weeks, both inside and outside the gym. She had a very, very distinct game plan, and she's a very, very busy mum of two, uni student, works full time. Like, she's literally superwoman. So she won solos. And then Laura Harden and Abby Bazuvali, I actually don't know how to say Ab's last name. It's like lots of letters, but something like that. They won the pairs with a very, very close second. Talia Johnson and Brody Miller came in second. They were like a few seconds behind. They were like a minute behind them, I think. And those two teams, they got the top 2 times of the day. So Laura and Abs got the fastest time of the whole day, and then Tals and Broads got the second fastest time of the whole day. So all 4 of them absolutely slayed that competition. And I guess for those who didn't know, Laura actually re-dislocated her shoulder about 8 weeks ago now. So it was very up in the air if she was going to be able to compete or not, because it's a long injury. She's had surgery on it recently. Like, it was quite an ordeal, as we would say. But yeah, with, I guess, sensible training, proper training, proper progression, not just, with us involved, but mainly with her. Like, she's become very smart with her injury. So it's meant that she's understanding when she can push and when she needs to pull. And it was amazing to see her be able to do that in just, about 2 months' time. Maybe, she did it on the first day of the 6-week training. Exactly on the Monday, the first day of the training, she did her shoulder. So it was only like 7 weeks until she competed. So that was amazing. And then for the boys, we had Rowan and Mitch come in first, and then Cooper and Tyler come in. They were like 10 seconds behind them in second. It was a very, very close competition between the boys. So, they all did really, really well. And then our team of 4, our mama team, they won. So Les, Emma, Loz, and Rochelle, and all 4 of them trained very, very hard over these. How many times have I said, can we get a tally up here? Because a lot of times. But all 4 of them trained so hard over the 6 weeks, incorporating training, running, coming to boot camp, and also just the team vibe of the 4 of them was an asset to them all, like communication. They all got matching shirts printed, which was a slay. They looked so good. And yeah, they crushed it as well in the team of 4. So yeah, it was a great morning. All our winners were well-deserved, but every single person, was a winner in my eyes. I was just so proud of everyone. And yes, it is something we'll do again. I'm not going to let out all my secrets just yet, but, don't you worry. I'm always thinking ahead, guys. And I think I said this on a podcast recently, but, I literally plan a year and ahead. So, I've already, drafted next year's calendar for the gym. So, don't worry, I'm thinking about it, and it will return in some capacity, but we are only going to do one a year because, guys, I'm no word of a lie. It was a lot of organisation, and stuff like this isn't at any extra cost for our clients, which is something that I like to do, and I like to be able to hold these events for our clients to enjoy. But I guess, it's not cheap for me to do these things, so it's not something I can just pop up all the time, but it's something that I love to be able to offer, is all of these extras, because we're not just a gym you come and train. It is a community. It is a lifestyle as well. Your gym does have so much input into your life. A lot of people see their gym, 5 times a week, sometimes more than they see their parents or whoever. So, it is important that we do have that that bond, and I show my appreciation to you guys and the community and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it was a big slay. But I guess if you were there on the weekend and if you've got any feedback for me, please let me know. If you're like, oh, you should have done this or whatever. Not saying I'm going to always take it on, but I do always appreciate feedback, because it gets me thinking no matter what, on what's next. But yes, let me know if you enjoyed it. Hopefully you've enjoyed this little recap. Nothing too crazy in today's episode, guys. I just wanted to sort of, explain where it came from and what happened and whatnot. But yeah, thanks to everyone who participated. Thanks to all of our volunteers. It literally could not happen without you guys. Everyone who got there for 3 hours and just hung around and counted reps and cheered on. I appreciate you guys so much. But we've got a big end of the year at Liv Strong coming very, very, very soon. So stay tuned. I'm very excited. Lots of hard work has been going in behind the scenes to get the end of the year prepared. But literally Christmas will be before we know it. So crazy. But yep, that's all from me today, guys. Short and sweet. Like, subscribe. I don't really know what to do. Like, what do you do? But, do all the things so that someone else can watch me ramble. That's pretty much it. But have a beautiful week. I'll be back with next week with actually another recap, but it's a recap on something I haven't told you about yet. So, secrets.